right, happy Monday, everybody. We're gonna kick off this call with just a couple of announcements, and then we'll dive in. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all this adjusted. Perfect. Okay, let me Okay, happy first Monday of 2021. Inspire Beauty, I'm super pumped to be with you tonight, and we're kind of doing an extension from last week. So like I said, I'm going to kick off with announcements, and then we will get into just chatting through a little bit more about goal setting, creating vision boards, and just creating a wild direction for your behaviors, something exciting for you to move the needle forward in the coming year and beyond. But before we kick off, just some reminders. Win the Morning is our new virtual gym. This is for everyone, you guys. This is for your teammates, so you guys, but it's also for your coaches to have accountability, and it's also for your challengers. So anyone who is in your communities, you are welcome to share this Zoom room login with them and password, and let them know how it works, that between the hours of 5 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern, the room is open. The gym is open for anyone to come in and have accountability on their morning routine. And so you can come in anytime. Guys, it was so cool this morning to witness. People were coming in throughout the entire morning. Amanda was on like the entire time to just catch people and see who all got in with us and got their Monday workout done, the first Monday of 2021. But what was really cool was at the tail end, I even saw two of our California girls were popping on, and one lives in the Bay Area, one lives in SoCal, and they committed to holding each other accountable for 9-week control freak. And so they both got on the Zoom gym, and it was so cool to see that. And so for the first time ever, I feel good that all time zones are being considered, and that everybody has an opportunity to really slay their morning and just win their morning. I think that sets such a beautiful tone for the rest of the day. And so you're able to come on, stream your workout, do your devotional, do your personal development, make your energize, and listen to your meditations or your podcast, whatever your morning routine looks like. You can even do work, you guys. So if you need to fit in a power hour or a power 30 before you go to your 9 to 5, this is a great time to do it and be surrounded by community, okay? You don't have to just quote unquote work out. That 5-hour window is for you to win your morning in whatever way it needs to be. I need to congratulate, before we get too far into the month, these two ladies. I set a challenge up kicking off in October that I wanted to see who on our team could hit Success Club 3 months in a row, in October, in November, and December. But also I wanted to see who wouldn't just hit Success Club, but who would grow their team by a minimum of 2 people in those 3 months. And also who would wake up on December 31st. The third part of that puzzle was waking up on December 31st, holding your lifetime rank or higher. Yeah. And these ladies did it, and I am blown away, and I'm just so excited. So Galentine's retreat, congrats to Kristen, congrats to Leah. They have earned it by checking off those boxes. I'm going to be announcing really soon criteria for how you earn some recognition pieces in 2021 on our team. I'm going to be sharing that here in the coming weeks, but just know it's going to follow a similar format. I don't care anymore, you guys, about a coach that just hit Success Club. And I don't care anymore about a coach that just adds coaches. I want depth. I want to see depth in your businesses, because depth in my business is what has given me freedom to choose how I spend my days. And that is one of the biggest blessings that I could ever ask, and also that I could ever train and teach and give to you guys. And I want you to have that well-roundedness where you're not just focused on one piece of this business, but you're focused on all of the pieces, okay? Speaking of, let me go to this one really quick. Speaking of all the pieces, this Saturday is a virtual super weekend, and we are doing it very similar to how we did it in April. So Beachbody has corporate announcements, all the things for us, but we're going to also come together in community as our team. Normally these are corporate events that are held in different regions and in different cities near you, but because we do everything virtual right now, we get to do it together when normally we probably wouldn't. We'd be at our own locations. So 8 a.m. Central, jot down the time, we will rise and energize. So this is your 30-minute window to get the crusties out of your eyes and to come and make your energize, connect in community and chat with your fellow teammates. 8:30 a.m. live workout. We're going to decide, depending on who's on, if we'll all just crush 9-week Control Freak Total Body together with and just stream it, or if we will mute ourselves and just do our own thing. We'll just decide that right before we start. And then we've got some incredible trainings coming from Amanda and Kristen, who were our Star Diamond leaders in 2020. And that's what I was just sharing a second ago about this well-roundedness. Man, if you're like, I don't know how to get that, I don't know how to, get people started and build a business, but also keep people around and build community, and how do I maneuver all those moving pieces? They've got nuggets for you. So you're going to definitely want to be a part of that. And then we've got training and announcements from B20 Corporate. And then afterwards, just lunch and hang out together and have an awesome Saturday morning to kick off. So mark your calendars, be there. I've got the event already located for that. So just go check out all the deets for that. And then last thing, you guys, this is Ivory. If you don't know Ivory, she's a teammate of ours. You probably know her if you've spent any time in the Self-Care Sisterhood. She loves her yoga and she loves her red lipstick, and she is always a joy and a light in our community. She's also a coach on our team, but she's not on Facebook, so you probably do not recognize her from our team page. And this is her 6-year-old daughter, Sophia. On December 18th, they were hit with the news that Sophia has a type of cancer that is way too long for me to share, but it is devastating news for them. And so I just sent out an email to the sisterhood, but I will be posting some information on the team page of how we can, number one, sweat for Sophia. How do we press play and make our workouts bigger than ourselves, right? I think that's important. One of Ivory's biggest wishes right now is remission. She just has prayers for remission for her daughter. And so praying for her, taking a moment before you sweat each day to put your thoughts towards their family would be incredible. And then the other way, there's lots of places that are helping to carry the load for Ivory and their family right now, especially because it's hard for them to get to the store, to do the chores and the tasks that they need to do. So getting things on Instacart, buying things on Amazon for the household, like toilet paper and cleaning supplies and groceries, and then just getting quick meals from DoorDash when they are stuck at the hospital. They were stuck there the entire holiday season. And so having gift cards so that they're able to just get an order sent is just such a blessing. And it's a way that we can carry the load for them. So I will be giving information on how you can get gift cards in her hands. I'm not setting up a meal train for this one because it's just a little different of a situation and scenario, but there are options for you to step in and help if you feel called to do that. But if in general, you can do anything right now, let's start dedicating our workouts to Sophia, sweating for her, praying for their family, and especially specifically for remission. So I definitely wanted to share that with you guys tonight, and I will give more information, like I said, on the team page. So that news aside, you guys, tonight we're going to continue with what we shared last week. And last week we talked a lot about reflecting back on 2020. I asked a lot of thought-provoking questions for you to spend some time in, and we didn't have enough time. Even though we spent an hour together, it was not near enough time to actually be able to really peel back the layers on some of these questions. So I posted the link to the recording today. Go back and check that out. Make sure you are journaling through that as you have space in your day. But this month especially, so many people are so busy looking ahead that they never actually stop and acknowledge what they just went through and pat themselves on the back for all the wins that were part of this last year. Sometimes we're just so excited about what's next that we forget to pause and just look at what's around us and what we've cultivated. So I think that's such an important practice. So I encourage you, even though we're already in a new year, keep grounding yourself on what you've achieved. And then also simultaneously look at the gaps. What needs to happen in your life? Where are some missing pieces? We looked at areas of our life last week. We looked at physical, we looked at our spiritual health, we looked at our relational health, we looked at our vocational health, we looked at our hobbies, we looked at all the things, our finances, and we got honest about where we are, and we ranked ourselves and rated ourselves. And then we also did the same with our business. We got honest and we said, okay, where am I really thriving as a coach, right? What areas am I just this is a habit, I've got it built, and I don't even have to really think too hard about it. But then where are the areas where, I've actually put that way on the back burner and I give it no thought. And so we talked about this idea of having a wheel. And if this was like a pie, if we had rated everything on a scale of 1 to 10 and given each a little slice of a pie and then shaded in the tires almost, right? From like the corner out to the edges, would your tire be symmetrical, or would it be real bumpy and wobbly and not be of sufficient vehicle to get you down the street? And the idea is not everything has to be a 10, but everything should have something. Everything should be acknowledged, right? If there's pieces that are at zeros or ones, what do we do to elevate those? Yeah. And if something's at a 10, an 8, a 9, how do we continue that consistency? So that's where we kind of left off last week. And I gave you the task to also start setting some goals of what do you want to do in those areas? What fires you up? What do you want next year to feel like when you get to this point in 2022? That seems so far off, right? But we'll be in December, mark my word, and we'll be like, wow, this year flew by. Like we always do that, right? But when you get to the end of this year, how do you want to feel? And what are the actions that you have to take in order to get closer to that goal? And who do you have to be? What type of person achieves those things? What are the cat on the National Wake Up Call this morning was phenomenal talking about limiting beliefs, because heck yes, that's what's holding us back. I know for me, hands down, like I tell you, it's my limiting beliefs that hold me back from excellence every single time. And so how do I continue to peel back layers on that, understand myself better, and start to just elevate the way I see the world and the way I see myself fitting into it? And so that's kind of, like I said, kind of where we left off. Tonight, I want to talk about how we craft it. I want to give us like some fun few minutes to get really excited. Some of you maybe have already started on your vision board. Some of you maybe haven't started. We all might be in different places. So I just want to give us some time to put some thought to that. Because my favorite thing when I was a school teacher was not a professional development seminar that I went to where they just spoke to me for 3 hours. I love the ones where they let us like actually do something that we could take back to our classroom. So I'm going to let you do that tonight. Okay. Why are vision boards important though? Let's start here. A vision board, you guys, is a sacred space. It's sacred to you. It displays what you want in life. Okay. Many of you have maybe never, drop in the chat right now, have you ever made a vision board? Yes or no? I want to see really quick. No, yes, no, yes, have not, yes, no, yeah, no. This is fun. I love this. Okay, other people might be shy to answer. Answer me. If you've never made a vision board, this could be something, first of all, ask yourself, why not? Like, is it just something that like was never asked of you? Is it something you've shied away from and you've like actually tried not to do it? And if so, why is that? And maybe just ask yourself some of those questions. Is it, just for knowledge of why not? But I think that vision boards for me are a really fun way to see where I want to go. Okay. In here, I want you to now drop in the chat, who here has used a GPS on their phone? Who here has used Apple Maps or Google Maps? Say me. Yeah. Every day. Kristen, I don't. See, I pride myself, you guys, on like being able to get somewhere without directions. I get really, really excited about it. Like I'm like, Charlie, turn the GPS off. I just want to show you that I know how to get there without it, right? Like I get so excited about that. If anybody else is like that, please let me know that I'm not alone. But Kristen, that being said, I don't think you and I could be in the car together if you need it every day. Just kidding. But this is your GPS. This is your roadmap, you guys. You wouldn't dare say, I'm going to drive, to, I don't know. When I lived in Michigan, I was driving to Florida to move there, right? I wouldn't dare have gotten in the car without some sort of map or visual to see where I was going, right? Like I needed something. Yeah. And this is our map. This is our visual. And so I know that it's easy to make something like this and to be like, yay, January 1st, and make it and then put it in a drawer and it collects dust. But ideally, it's something you'd put in a space where you would see it more days than not. And it'd be something that can visualize bringing your goals and your aspirations, your dreams to life. Okay. Vision boards help you gain clarity around what you really want. A lot of times, if you feel stuck or you feel like you're at a plateau in your journey, this can be a way to get the juices flowing of like, okay, you don't have to, you are not a tree, my friends. You can get up and move, right? I had to swallow that pill huge when I was a teacher that like, okay, I know I went to school for this. I know that like it would be really a lot of, it would be really bold to leave this industry, but I'm not a tree. I don't have to stay stuck and put where I don't want to be, right? It's also a chance to be fearless. So often in our lives, in our day-to-days, we don't get an opportunity to just be fearless. We're, in a routine sometimes, or maybe we're in a work environment or a space where we're not allowed to mess up and make mistakes, where everything has to maybe in our lives be perfect. This is your chance to shake that up, okay? And again, it's those daily visuals so you know where you're headed. Because guys, the action is actually going to be more important than these pictures you're going to put on a board. It's the action that's going to be in alignment with what you desire, right? And this also helps us get fired up for something new, which I feel like everybody realizes today, especially if any day we've all been fired up today, especially with 9-week control freak and just the kickoff of the new year. So a couple tips for making your board, okay? Don't play small. I put this tip first because it's really easy, you guys, to make a board like this, and I've seen it happen. I actually had the honor of having us make vision boards, like, was it 3 years ago when 80-Day Obsession came out? And we did a very similar exercise. Our team was a small team. I was a very baby coach, and I thought, oh, that would be fun to do. And so I did that with you guys. And a lot of you were here for that. And I made an incentive. Share your vision board with me, and I will give you a gift card for coffee or something. It was something small like that. And Kristen on our team shared her vision board with me. And what was really cool was she got to make a vision board with all of us at our leadership retreat this fall. And after she made that vision board, I pulled up, because I had it saved on my computer, I pulled up her vision board from 3 years ago. And it was so cool to see just how she's changed in her thinking, right? I could see a smaller version of Kristen versus the one she is 3 years later. And it's just really cool. So in areas where you'd be like, oh, I can't do that. Nope, not tonight, right? This is a vision. So something that helps me is I like to fill in the blank. It would be so cool if, like for me, I told our diamonds last year on our leadership retreat, it would be so cool if I was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. What? Would that be so cool? That's a vision board dream. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what humanitarian thing I'm going to do in my life that Ellen's going to want me on her show, right? I don't even know what I'm going to wear that day, but I could put like myself in the chair next to Ellen with the little thing behind us, right? And I could be on her show, and I could visualize that so that I can see myself in that dream I have. So start asking yourself, what would be cool? What would be so cool? It would be so cool if I could own a Tesla. It would be so cool if I could move out of my parents' house. It would be so cool if I could have a dog. It would be so cool if I could have twin girls. I don't know what would be cool for you, but just like let that flow, okay? Decide. So now that's like my schnip on not playing small, okay? This is some more tangible tips. Decide if you want it to be digital or physical. We talked about that last week. So some people, finding pictures on internet might be a lot easier for you, and you like it to just be a digital thing that you make on like a website like Canva. Totally cool. Maybe you want it to be a physical thing. I love that. I love cutting and pasting. You decide. Find pictures that represent your future ideal self and goals. So as you're doing these, like, wouldn't it be cool, or this is what I want, think of areas like your health, your relationships, your work, your beach body goals, hobbies, trips that you want to go on, anything bucket list, right? I've always had a bucket list dream of being in New York City for the ball drop, right? I don't know. And so like just things like that are just so cool. Just add them on there. Financial goals. Again, don't play small. Just because you've never achieved it doesn't mean it's not possible. Yeah. Also, just because it feels far away doesn't mean it's not possible. Also consider, you guys, pictures that align with the actions. So again, if you want to run a marathon, maybe finding a picture of somebody who's running would be helpful, because it's a reminder of the action you have to do versus like just the medal. You know what I mean? So finding pictures that align with the actions too. You can also utilize words or quotes that represent your ideal self or the person you're wishing to continue developing as you're on your journey. And there's no right or wrong way to display your vision. Some people really like to categorize it. I've had people do it in like quarters, or find like, this is my Beachbody area. This is my, my hobbies. These are like my career goals, and, and all the stuff, right? You can do that if you're visual in that way. Or you can make it a collage and overlap and just get messy with it and do what you want to do. So that's kind of some pro tips for making your board. And that's the gist of it. So what I want to do right now, hold that thought. I'm going to stop share really quick just so I'm a little bit bigger on your screen. This is my vision board that I made. We did it at our Diamond Retreat this year. And in classic Brittany fashion, I had to like take what does a teacher call that? Like a late pass when you need time on your assignment. I needed more time on my assignment because I just couldn't finish it all at the retreat, but I got home and I finished it. And mine is just on a little piece of scrapbook cardboard. And then this is all magazine cutouts. And I have a lot of things on here that are really far away, and I have things that are not far away, and I have things that are just like wild and crazy. Like this is so silly, you guys, but I would love to like learn how to garden, like, and actually be successful at gardening. And so this is on here. I have a dream to have 10 diamonds on our team, so there's a slot for every diamond. Other things, like things I want to remember, I cut out pray, present over perfect, legacy. I have some different like home things because I really like renovating stuff. And so that would be like a dream of mine to like actually do a full fixer-upper house and like take a house from like, nothing to everything. Stuff like that, you guys. And even like this is the pool. And you guys, I just made this vision board not that long ago, and this is something that we're already going to get ready to check off because we're going to break ground on our pool either this week or next. So some things like are going to be really far away, and that's okay. Some things are just going to be attitudes and feelings, and some things are going to be like, oh, I wanted to be emerald and I checked that off last week, so here we go. So I want to stretch you. It doesn't all have to be like a 1-year goal, right? This vision board is going to sit up here for a long time until I feel like I'm called to create the next level of me. Yeah. So any questions on that? Kelly, you're my husband. Amanda, I get it. I also feel like I've arrived. Like I feel like a local once I can get places without the GPS, So that's what I'm challenging myself now. Is like, am I a local in Dallas? Do I know? Okay, let me go back to sharing if there are no questions. And I'm going to set a timer and just put music on. And what I want you to do is, if you are at a place where you're working on your vision board, I want you to just keep working and keep going. If you have not even started, I want you to start. I want you to like actually take those goals and start digging through magazines, digging through internet, Pinterest pictures, and finding the things you can cut out to put on that or create in your digital. If you're making a digital one, I want you to actually open up the document and start it. So I'm like forcing you right now to start and take action on this. So we're only going to do like 10-15 minutes of music and fun, and then afterwards that's pretty much it. But these 10-15 minutes, you guys, like, don't discredit this. Don't just like cut out of the Zoom now. This is an important step to the process. Okay. And if you have questions as you're going, or you want to share something, like, you can unmute, you can talk in the chat. Absolutely. Pretend like we're all at a coffee shop doing this at a table together versus on Zoom in our various corners of the world.